Hi friends, I'm Ashley and welcome to Darling Cottage Diary. Today we're taking a break from that DIY gift series. I had a really fun weekend last weekend with a lot of stuff and I wanted to do some scrapbooking, and I might do another scrapbooking next week, I'm not sure. But this past weekend my boyfriend surprised me with tickets to go see our local Nutcracker Ballet, and last year he took me as well, and I made this little memory page with some of the program from the show. This one was somebody had requested Gothic Ballerina back in last October, and it was a super popular video, and I don't really know why. And then this one is to date my most popular on TikTok and I think on Facebook as well. So everybody really liked it, so I thought I would do an actual full page for YouTube because I wanted to write about the story. I wanted to write about some funny things that happened while we were there. So, plus I just miss doing some scrapbooking videos. I've done lots of like DIY tutorials, and I just wanted to kind of sit and chat with you guys today. So anyway, last year was the, first year my boyfriend had gone, and he didn't quite know what to expect, I don't think. And, for example, I told him there were concessions outside of the ballet, that because he mentioned going to eat, and I was like, well, we can eat there. They have food there. And he's I think was thinking of like nachos and popcorn and that kind of thing like you get if you go to a concert or something like that. And they had a build your own pasta station. They had a sushi station. It was very nice, and it was dinner worthy. And so that was, I think, a pleasant surprise for him. So anyway, now that he kind of knew what to expect, he wanted to take me again and totally surprise me, which I was very excited about. And the theater itself, we live in a small town near Houston, and if you've never been to the Worthing Theater, it's huge, and everything inside is red. There's these red curtains, the walls are red, lots of gold accents. It's very it's very nice. A lot of their chandeliers as well. We found a plaque that was talking about a chandelier in this room, this like separate kind of banqueting room, that said it was built in 1911, and it was at some building in New York, but the building was shutting down to be remodeled and everything, and so the Worthing Theater bought this beautiful chandelier, and it's been there ever since. And it has a lot of history, and it's beautiful. And so anyway, I wanted to create more visual things, as if you've seen my scrapbooking videos before, my art journaling videos before. I like making a frame of whatever it is. I like making a big pretty frame and then writing in the middle, and it's like the frame helps me remember all the visual elements. I like adding pictures. It just helps when I read it to remember some of the emotions that go with everything, as well as the writing reminds me of funny things that happened at the event itself. And so that was my goal here. And if you've never seen the story, if you don't know what it's about, it is a Russian ballet that was originally written by Tchaikovsky, and the story follows this little girl, Clara, who is just part of this member of a pretty wealthy family. It's in the early 1900s, and they're having this traditional Victorian Christmas of people coming over and visiting, and kids getting presents and playing tricks on each other, and the servants and the parents being exasperated and worn out at the end, and it's just kind of this festive fun time. And then Clara goes, she gets this nutcracker from her magician, very mysterious kind of magician uncle, and it's the most coveted present at the party. Anyway, everybody leaves, they go to bed, and she puts him up on the counter. Well, she goes to above the fireplace on the mantle, and then she comes down in the middle of the night to check on him and presumably to play with him. And he comes to life, and there's a rat king who has been wreaking havoc in their house. And he goes to battle with the Rat King and his soldiers, and he kind of defeats him. Clara is able to steal the Rat King's crown and tell him to go away. And and then this Snow Queen appears, and she brings her snow flurries, and there's a beautiful choral dance with the snow flurries, and then she takes them up the Christmas tree. They travel up the trunk of the Christmas tree to the sky, and this giant egg, this Fabergé egg that is sitting on top of the tree. I don't know, in your culture, sometimes people use a star, sometimes people use an angel, sometimes people use different things up top, antlers, but they have Fabergé egg up there, and when they go, they're transported to this like cloud-like mystery dreamland, and she gets to meet all these sugar plum fairies, and she gets to meet different representatives from different nations, and they do their dances to represent their nations. And if you have ever seen Fantasia, there's a Nutcracker suite there where they take the nation songs, and has nothing to do with any of the story I'm talking about of the Nutcracker, but the music will be immediately recognizable if you don't know it. And anyway, so the Nutcracker dances with the queen of the sugar plum fairies, and it's just it's beautiful dance, it's beautiful story, beautiful costuming. It's pretty breathtaking, especially in an age where we're used to seeing so much CGI and audio visual effects that we know aren't really real. It's stage magic, but then you go to something that's live, and it's almost more impressive because it's live and they can't stop it if somebody makes a mistake, and it's so much more special, I think. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you are a fan of big theater because of that. So obviously this is the program that you receive when you go to the ballet, and these beautiful drawings, I believe, are by D.L. Groover. It has the synopsis written as D.L. Groover, but it could also be Tim Goodchild. I'm sorry but I love the drawings. I love the rendition of the part of the program that's giving you the synopsis of the story, because they're just, I don't know, they remind me of those old-fashioned plates, or not even old, but some people still do those just ink renderings of different fashion ideas. And they're really pretty. So I wanted to incorporate, this would be the Snow Queen, the one that I cut out to put on my page. And then of course I did the Rat King in the smaller one from last year at the beginning of the video. And it's very Rococo inspired. Their version of it is very Rococo inspired. It looks like something straight out of 18th century France, which I am all about, because y'all know how I feel about Marie Antoinette. She is my favorite. She is my girl. So anyway, I need to do a page about her. That reminds me. I haven't done a page for her. Anyway, so the story is very fun. After Clara visits all these wonderful lands and gives the Rat King's crown to the Sugar Plum Fairy, and they're just going through this story. She returns home and puts the Nutcracker back on the mantle and goes back to sleep, and then her family comes in a few minutes later and wakes her up for Christmas morning, and everybody's happy and ready to go open presents and have breakfast and everything. So it's a very sweet story, and it's just, I don't know, it is the quintessential Christmas thing for me. It's like the one thing that I really love listening to and watching and doing around this time of year. So what is your favorite wintertime holiday? I realize not everybody celebrates in the same ways, but a lot of people celebrate winter holiday traditions. So tell me what yours is in the comments, because I'm very curious. This isn't obviously my family's only one, but me personally, this is one of my very favorite things to do. Something else I really like about going to live theater and ballet and live dance and that kind of thing is you get an intermission. I really wish we still had those during movies. We used to when movies first came out, and I mean, not in my lifetime, obviously, but it used to be a thing where you took an intermission and it was built in if you wanted to go get more snacks or a drink, or, you know, just need a break to move around. And I really wish we still did that kind of thing. The first act was like 45 minutes and you had a 30-minute intermission, and then the second act was like 48 or 50 minutes. It says it in the program, but anyway, I really liked that part of it, because you can also talk about your favorite parts of the first act, or what you were most impressed by. You could talk about it, and it's fun. It improves the social aspect of going out to see something like that. So something funny that happened while we were there was, okay, he surprised me on, I guess, Thursday, and I got excited and was like, I need a new dress, as we women do when we get excited about going somewhere. So I went shopping that morning and found two, and I couldn't quite decide which one, but the one I settled on had this silhouette, and I liked it because it was black, yes, and it's flattering because fit and flare looks best on my body type, but it was very sparkly, and it just, I knew what the theater looked like, and the gold and the red, and it's, the holidays, everybody likes wearing silver and gold, and there's a song, Silver and Gold, about, Christmas time, and so I was very excited to wear this one. And what I didn't realize, because it was a brand new dress that I hadn't worn before, was that the glitter and the sequins were going to fall off all night. So every single place I went, in my boyfriend's car, the seat where I sat for the theater show, everywhere I walked in the lobby, going to the restroom stall, guys, I left a trail of glitter. So my boyfriend started calling me Tinkerbell the entire show, because that's where I was leaving glitter. I felt like Pigpen, just with a little trail everywhere I went. So I feel sorry for the people who had to clean up after me, but maybe they laughed about it, because at least, I don't know, glitter makes me smile. Sparkly things make me smile, so maybe they were okay with it. For the painting here, I'm just using the Ferris wheel press ink in Atlas Ore. I'm getting used to, or I've been practicing the most, I should say, painting with the inks, because they've sent me inks to showcase for about a year now, and so I have quite a collection of colors, and they're all very pretty and have layers of colors. So I find that if I can mix them together, or I add water, they perform very similarly, but not quite like watercolors. I broke down and bought myself a set of actual watercolors, because I find I want to paint when I'm out, in plein air, or I'm traveling, and it is difficult to do that with a lot of big bottles of ink. So when I'm at home, I prefer to use the inks, but I'm trying to teach myself how to do watercolor, but I've gotten so used to using the inks, I'm struggling a little bit, because I don't know, I'm not used to it. This is a glue pen by Tombow that I found at my local art supply, and I'll put it in my Amazon tools list in case y'all want to try it. But I wanted to kind of do the little squirrely designs that were on the dress in glitter that it was shedding the whole night, and I thought this would be perfect, because I don't know, I hadn't tried it yet. This is my first time trying it, and it seems to hold up pretty well. You can't knock it around or anything, but it did adhere enough of the glitter to at least show the little squirrely designs I was making. So if you want a line or a design of glitter, and you don't want to use an embossing tool, because you don't, if you're working on something that might melt, or just don't want to do something as thick as a double-sided tape or something, this thing was actually really, really handy. So I recommend that if you like adding sparkly things to your drawings and your paintings and stuff. So I was super excited to happen upon that. Plus, it does kind of shake off just a little bit, which adds to the hilarity of me being Tinkerbell for the night. So I figured it was fitting. And I wanted to take a moment to thank my I'm going to say sponsors. Thank my Ephemera Club for supporting me this month. Donna, Kristen, Cindy, Abigail, Kathleen, Joanna, Rebecca, Sasha, Patsy, Teresa, Effie, Kim, Emily, Carly, Carrie, Leprechaun Mom, Crystal, Tracy, Britt, Alicia, Kenna, Rachel, Denise, W, Jennifer, Ariel, and Rasha. Y'all keep me afloat and really help with the production of more videos. And if you don't know what Ephemera Club is, it is a monthly subscription, basically. There are 2 tiers. The first one, you get digital ephemera from me every month. Like if you watched last week's little clutch, how to make a like clutch purse journal, that bow was part of the digital ephemera that you could print out, and as well as journal prompts and access to a Discord server. And then if you're in the higher tier, then you get an actual little packet of ephemera that's handmade from me, or vintage that I've found, or vintage prints, vintage stickers, that kind of thing that I have made throughout the month. And then you get to vote on themes of what that ephemera theme is going to be that month as well. So for December, it's going to be glimmers, and I talk about that a lot more in last week's episode, but those will be shipping out soon. And it's fun. I think it's fun. I hope everybody else thinks it's fun. And yeah, we'll be continuing on with selecting our theme this week. So if you're interested in that, please follow the link and we'd be happy to have you. So all in all, to say thank you very much for being here. The video is not over, but I am going to stop talking because I'm going to be writing with my glass pen, and a lot of people really like that sound. I've had people tell me they fall asleep to it, or they just like hearing it while they're working on something else. So I'm about to stop talking, and so you can hear it. And I just wanted to say thank you for being here. If you would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing, liking this video. It helps show it to other people who might be interested in this kind of thing. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be able to see when I post next. I do post every single Sunday. I try to add a couple of shorts sprinkled throughout as well, but long video every Sunday. So I hope to see you back here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.